here. I'm here today to do a 24-hour reading vlog, and there's a bit of a story behind this reading vlog. So the first reason I'm doing a reading vlog is because it's my birthday, and I normally do a 24-hour reading vlog on my birthday. The second reason is I have COVID, so I really can't do anything super exciting like I normally do. Like I normally go to the city, or I normally do something really, really fun, but I can't do that because I tested positive for COVID after I got back from Florida. And number 3, one of the Avengers boss battle rewards I got says that I could finish a former boss battle in my own time period. So for Margaret the Word Nerd, I'll try to link her below. Her challenge was you had to do a reading blog, or you had to host your own 24-hour reading blog. So I figured this is a perfect day to do it because I'm home anyway. I have the time to vlog. I will hopefully have a lot of content for you all. And yeah, so I'm starting this on August 8th. My birthday is on August 9th, so I will probably wake up tomorrow morning and just pick what I'm reading. I just finished a book, so that was my whole goal, was to go into this reading vlog fresh with no books. It's been so hot here in New York, and I haven't really been allowed to leave my house. But tomorrow I'm allowed to leave my house, so I can maybe go for a walk and do some audiobook listening. I'm feeling a lot better, just not 100%, obviously. So I'm going to pick this reading vlog up tomorrow when I figure out what I'm in the mood to read, and we will chat from there, and I will tell you guys what I hope to read, and we'll chat tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, where I officially start this reading vlog. It's about 9 o'clock. I am going to start my reading vlog right now. So I did finish my book last night. I finished Shadowgas by Thomas Taylor. So I don't know what I'm going to read next. So I'm going to look at my Magical Readathon TBR. This is because I get to do the Icarus reading vlog now, which was a while ago, but this is why I'm doing this, because I want to get those rewards. So I'm going to read for 24 hours, so I will probably end at 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. I'll until I go to bed, so I'll probably read tomorrow too. So it'll be like a 24-hour reading vlog, but really 48. So we'll see. We'll see how long this reading vlog turns into. But I don't know what I want to read next. So for the Magical Readathon, I still need to read quite a few books. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pick up a book for the class, Alchemy, and just sort of go in order. So I'm going to pick up one of my worst books that someone else did not like that you might like. And because I'm going to switch to TV shows, I haven't watched TV shows in so freaking long. I'm going to try to bridge Bridgerton today and just kind of watch the Bridgerton. I think I'm going to pick up Book of the Night by Holly Black, and I'm going to go get my copy to show you all. I picked Book of Night by Holly Black. I have heard so many mixed things about this book. I'll be very, very honest. I have heard some really good things about it, and I've heard some bad things about it. And I have loved Holly Black's writing style quite a bit, so I'm going to go in sort of blind. Whenever I see people not like it, I know that it is on a bunch of lists, but I just sort of X through the video because I don't want, I fast forward because I don't want their thoughts to influence mine. So I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to start watching Bridgerton, and that will be a nice palate cleanser. And yeah, I don't know, I'm excited because I really do like Holly Black writing style for the most part. Her Face series is one of my favorites. I also really did like her Cursebreaker series, so I'm curious to see how she is going to transfer to an adult. So I'm going to go start this. When I read about 50 pages, I'll give you guys my update. I'm also going to tell you guys how my washing is going. It is so hot here in Long Island, so I don't know if I'm going to actually go outside. I would like to because I literally haven't done a lot of walking or anything today, so I would like to do that. So I'm going to go read for a little bit, and then I'll give you guys an update. But I'm going to pick up Book of the Night by Holly Black, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. Check-in. Sorry if I look a little bit sweaty. I did wind up going for a walk, and I did wind up finishing Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth. I only had 2 chapters left. I'm doing a read-along with Prophecy Radio. If I remember, I'll link them below. I'll try to remember. But they're a Percy Jackson podcast that was taken from some of the hosts that worked on Hypable for many years, Karen and Kristen, and I really like that. So I didn't wind up finishing that. I really, really love that series. On reread, I'm really enjoying it even more. And then I read 20 chapters of Perfect Wreckage by Catherine Cowles. This is the second book in her series. This one follows Kennet and Crosby, and I like this one a little bit more than the first one. I like the first one. I thought the first one was good. I gave it 3.75 stars. Really, really good. This one's a little bit more my taste. It follows a girl that, like, the start of it had to deal with like a miscarriage, and then you flash forward a couple of years and you have her sort of dealing with the death of somebody, and it's you know, it's like romantic suspense, I would say, in a small town romance, but I really do like Crosby a lot, so that romance is really, really fun. And I literally read 4 pages in Book of the Night. I knew that if I didn't go for a walk now, I wasn't able to go until much later because it's going to be so hot today. So I'm going to go read a little bit more of this and hopefully make some progress on it. And then I'm going to watch Bridgerton today. That's going to be my show of the day. So, yeah. I finished Percy Jackson and the Battle Labyrinth, and I read about 10 more chapters of Perfect Wreckage. I am liking that book a little bit, so that's good. So I'm going to go read a little bit more of this. When I get to page 50, I'll give you guys an update. And hopefully also a Bridgerton update. I just wanted to do a quick update. I did wind up watching the first episodes of Bridgerton Season 2. I have rewatched it a couple of times at this point, but it's been a bit since I rewatched it, so I'm going to do a full rewatch, and I did wind up getting up to page 50, almost page 60 in Book of Night by Holly Black. I don't know. I'm intrigued enough to keep reading. Like, it's really not that long of a book, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of, like, tension propelling this plot forward. Like, someone was murdered, so that's something, and then she's sort of, like, trying to get a guy for her friend back, because, like, her fiance is, like, missing. So the world is interesting because it has to do with, like, shadow magic, like how you can like use your shadow, you can, like, lose your shadow, or you can use your shadow to, like, make magic happen. So that's really interesting. Like, the magic system is really fun. I just think it needs to be developed a little bit more and see, like, how she sort of plays into it. I like it. I'm just not sure how I really feel about it. So I'm gonna read another 50 pages. Again, it's just not like she's like, she works in, like, an environment where there's a lot of, like, stuff happening around her, and you could tell she has had a very, very chaotic past. There's also a relationship with her sister that's interesting, and then there's, like, her boyfriend. But the main issue is that, like, she has to figure out where this book is, and in doing so, she has to sort of save this guy that an acquaintance sort of knows. Her past is very interesting too. You could tell it's sort of like a paranormal world. So I'm liking it. I'm going to read another 50 pages and watch the second episode of Bridgerton, and then I'll give you guys another update. But again, it just lacks a little bit of tension for me right now, and I hope that changes. But I always have liked Holly Black's writing style, so I'm going to keep reading, and I'll give you guys an update when I can. I'm back. So I don't know what to do with this book because I'm really not flying through it like I hoped I would. I hoped it would be a really, really quick read. I'm only 90 pages in, and what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to put it down. I read about 90 pages of it. I got up to chapter 12. You know, it's okay. I think it's more of, like, a book that I should listen to because then I can, like, speed it up a little bit and sort of read it that way. So I'm going to put this book down. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my other option for this one. It was Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tam, and see if I have better results with it. And I did get I am scheduled to get the audiobook for this one, so maybe if I finish the audiobook I'm listening to, maybe I'll pick that one up. I don't know. But this one just was not, it's fine. Like, I just think right now, because I'm in the mood to read something sort of quick, I think I'm going to pick up that one. Because that one I know reads really, really fast. And this is just not as capturing my attention as I was hoping. So yeah, I'm going to go pick up that, read about 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. But this has just been a very, very slow slog. And I want to enjoy, obviously I want to enjoy my readathon. This is probably going to turn into a 48-hour reading-thon just because it took a little bit longer. So I think I'm going to pick up that and see if I fly through that a little bit more. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll see how I feel at the end of that. So I'm going to read 50 pages and then I'll give you guys another update. Another quick update. I did wind up reading the first 50 pages in Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, again, this is a monster of a book. This is like over 500 pages, and it has been a little bit intimidating, I will be honest, because it said the pacing was a little bit off, but what I think people are saying is the pacing is super quick, and I can deal with that right now. Like, I could deal with a super quick book, so this is what I'm really excited for. I'm enjoying it, but basically the premise is you follow this main character. Sorry, you could hear my dog squeaking. And she is the daughter of the Moon Goddess. So, and she's lived a very, very isolated life, and she doesn't know much about her past. She doesn't know anything about her dad. But one day she does something, and it sort of alerts the Celestial Kingdom to her presence in the Moon Kingdom. And she has to run away so that they don't find her. Is what happens. And then she gets taken in by this household, and things sort of go from there. So I'm really liking it. I mean, I think it's a fun read. I really like the mythology stuff. If you know anything about me, I'm a big fan of the Rick Riordan Presents series, and this is like a step up for that, because I said one of the reviews I said it was supposed to be like an adult novel, but people said it rang like a very, very YA to them, which I'm perfectly happy with. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna watch. I'm also on episode 3 of Bridgerton. I didn't make a whole lot of progress, but I am liking my rewatch. So I'm gonna go read a little bit more, maybe read to page 100, and then I'll give you guys a check-in and see where I am reading wise. And if I'm gonna stay up late tonight to read, that would be the thing I want to do, because it is technically a 24-hour reading vlog. We will see how much progress I make with that. But I'm gonna go read, watch a little bit more Bridgerton, and I'll give you guys an update. Bye, friends. Yeah, I'm like super tired. This is like almost 10 o'clock. But I did wind up reading basically 80 pages in Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tam. I really am enjoying this book. I am liking it. It's definitely like a unique premise. Like, she basically is like now in the belly of the beast because the Celestial Kingdom is the person that made her run away. And now she's sort of being a companion to the prince. And they're sort of learning together. I think that's interesting. Again, like, she is sort of hiding out. So I think that's eventually going to sort of come to the forefront. But she is also learning things. She's like, you know, learning about magic and stuff like that. Well, I think that will sort of become prevalent in the story. But I'm enjoying it. It's definitely like a very, very lyrical read, but also a read that's super easy to follow. I sometimes get lost in adult fantasy. I've said this so many times, like in so many different videos. So this is like a really easily written and like easy to follow book that has this its foundation is in mythology. So I'm really enjoying it. My goal tomorrow is to read like 200 pages, because I literally like only read half of it today, and it's going to turn into like a 48-hour reading vlog, which wasn't really the prompt, but I'm just going to do it for a video. So yeah, I want to see how many pages I can read tomorrow. Sorry, I'm tired. But alas, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go. I got up to episode 4 of Bridgerton, so I think I'm gonna pick something new to watch, something that I haven't seen before. Just because I really haven't watched any TV in like so long. So I'm gonna go pick something new, probably on Netflix, and then I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. I do have to film tomorrow at some point. Or I might do it Thursday morning. It just depends on how the day shakes out. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I'll have an update for you, because I would like to at least get to page 100 before I update you guys. So that is the plan. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Give you guys an update. I did wind up listening to a little bit more of my, I think it's called, what is it called? It is called Perfect Wreckage by Catherine Cowles. This is the second book in her Wreck series. Follows Kenna and Crosby, and I'm really enjoying that one. I think that it gets a little bit more suspenseful towards the very end, but this one follows Kenna, and she is sort of dealing with something that needs a lawyer, and there's a little girl involved, which I love that in romances, so I'm really liking that. I have about, it's like a bind up, so I know I have 7 hours in the whole thing, but I think I have like 2 hours left in that book, so I'm really liking that. I also got up to page 100 in Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Sue Lynn Tam. Again, this book is reading very young adult to me, but I'm liking that, because I think it's very, very digestible and very, very easy to follow. You know, there is a little bit of tension because she's sort of learning her magic, and she's sort of like hiding from the Celestial Emperor in the Emperor's kingdom. But I don't really know where the story's going, so that's like the only thing that like she's like adventuring and she's sort of getting close to the prince, but like there's not a lot of tension for me right now. But the world is really, really rich. So I'm gonna go back to reading. I'm gonna read another like 100 pages because this book is really, really massive, and then I'll give you guys another update, maybe another 50 pages. I'll give you guys an update. Hopefully I want to wrap up this reading vlog today so I can move on. Hopefully I can finish this book today, but that might be a little bit of ambitious. It's also still super hot here, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to go outside and exercise and do the stuff. I'm also recovering, so we will see. But I'm going to go read another 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. But so far I am enjoying it. I just need a little bit more tension in my read. But I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye, friends. So I'm back. I will be very honest. I am just not feeling Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I'm just not, by Sue Lin Tam. I don't know if it's because it is an adult fantasy. I don't know if it's I'm just struggling with it, but these two books that I picked for the Magical Readathon, just not working at all. Sorry, my parents are being very loud. We just have a new puppy and she might poke her nose in because I just shut my door. So these are the two books I chose for the Magical Readathon to read, like a book that many people didn't like that you thought you might like. Honestly, did not really work for me, and I would just switch over to the audiobook, but I just don't have a lot of time right now. I mean, I do have a lot of time, but I also just want to enjoy what I'm reading because I do have like until Monday when I'm sort of trapped in my house because I am recovering from COVID. So I think I'm going to put down these two books, which is a little bit sad because I really hate DNFing, but also as a lot of people in my Discord are saying, read what you want. So I'm going to take a little bit of a reading break. I have like a lot of stuff on my to-do list that I really need to do. And because I went away at like a really awkward time and I came back after the first of the month, I have a lot of stuff that like I just didn't do. Like, and I'm getting, like, I mean, I still have a couple weeks left of summer, but like, I feel like a little bit disoriented. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber and make that the book. People didn't like that you might. I know Haley and Bookland did not like this one as much. I think someone else didn't like it as much. So this might have even been last year because the new one's actually coming out. So I'm going to pick this one up. Hope that I like it. I'm going to go in with better expectations. But that book is going to count for this. So I'm going to kind of take an hour, finish listening to my audiobook, sort of clean my room, put my laundry away, kind of reassess myself. Get prepped to film. I may not film today because I'm still coughing a little bit and I would, that's not good for booktube. But yeah, I'm going to take that and I'm going to kind of just take a moment because I feel like I've been reading these books and they're just not capturing me. And they are adult and I've been struggling with adult. So I don't know. I'm going to definitely read them. I just probably am going to listen to them. Yeah. So that is where I feel with this. The reading vlog still counts, but like, honestly. So when I get done with everything, I'm going to pick up Once Upon a Broken Heart and I'm going to finish watching Bridgerton today. Oh, that's what I had to add. I had to add a TV show list that I want to watch before the end. Thank you. I'm like just making like little lists that I keep putting off. TV show list. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff I have to do. So that is my plan. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to take in my audiobook, put these books aside for the moment, and then we will reconvene when I'm ready to start reading. Bye, friends. I'm back. It's been a bit. Now it's like 11, 12 o'clock on the next day. I did wind up taking last night and just sort of like organizing. I said in the previous couple of clips that I am recovering from COVID, and I got back literally and I tested positive, so I really haven't done a whole lot. I didn't have everything organized, so I just kind of spent the night. I cleaned my bedroom, I did a couple of prep stuff for videos, so I really just had to get that stuff done. But in the interim of that, I did wind up finishing 2 audiobooks. One I was almost done with, and the other one I finished early this morning when I was doing some other errand stuff. It just was a lot. So I finished, let me see if I can get you the titles, because they're like super similar. It's the Wreck series by Catherine Cowles, and I finished, what did I finish? I finished 2 books. I finished Perfect Wreckage, which was Kenna's book, Kenna and Cosby's book, and I really liked that book, probably a little bit more than the first book in the series, and that followed a character that was dealing with a lot. All these characters are dealing with a lot, and they all have mysteries towards the end. They're like small town romances, but they're all like interconnected. Um, and I think my favorite in the series was actually the second one, Wrecked Palace, which was Kaylin's book, and she's taking care of her younger sisters after her mom and dad got sent away for drugs. And there was mystery tied with that. I think out of all the three that I've read in the last like week, Wreck Palace is definitely my favorite, and there's two more books that I don't have access to, so I'm gonna have to get in them because it reminds me of like reading like a small town series, which I'm loving. It reminds me of like watching like Steel Magnolias. Um, but yeah, so did that. I didn't wind up filming a video this morning, and then I wound up restarting Book of the Night by Holly Black because I got the audiobook. So yeah, it was like an adventurous day. I'm in charge of the puppy today because both my parents are working. So she's over here. She's sleeping so nicely. I'm also trying to do sprints with Riley Marie, but she has been a little bit troublesome in that department. So we'll see if when they come back from the next sprints I can start. But my plan for today was to start Once Upon a Broken Heart. I've literally read a page, so haven't been doing that good with it. I also filmed a video this morning for you guys. You guys will see tomorrow when I'm filming this, so like after this reading vlog goes up. But yeah, so I'm gonna go try to read a little bit. I might watch some Bridgerton. I'm definitely gonna finish Bridgerton today, but yesterday with all the books I kept DNFing, hopefully this is the book that I won't DNF. That's like the biggest plan. And the sequel's also coming out in September, so if I like this, I'll probably pick up the sequel. Hopefully Fairy Lou does an edition because their edition was so pretty and I missed out on it. So that is the plan. I'm going to go read and start the sprints with Riley Marie, and then I'll talk to you guys in a little bit once I have some progress made, and hopefully it's better than my last couple of updates. Sorry, I still have a cough. I apologize. So I did wind up doing a couple of reading sprints with Riley on Riley Marie's channel, and I did wind up reading the first 50 pages in Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm really enjoying it. So from what I'm gathering, this book is set sort of in the middle of the Caraval series, if I'm right. I might be wrong, but like, so you basically have this character named Evangeline, and her stepsister, after her dad has died, is set to marry the person that she loves. And she gets very upset, and she decides to make a deal with the Prince of Hearts to stop the wedding. And when she does that, it kind of turns her sister into stone and her boyfriend into stone and everyone in this party into stone. And she feels very, very guilty right off the bat, so she decides to take them out of that situation. She puts herself in stone, and then another fate, poison, takes her out of stone. So like that's the whole premise. Yeah, I'm intrigued. And like now that she's back, everyone thinks she's like this she like saved the day and she protected her sister, but in reality she did it because she wanted Luke. And now Jack is on the run. I'm enjoying it so far. Like, I'm intrigued. I read about 50 pages and I'm really liking it. Definitely has been better than my previous reads, I will say that. But yeah, so I'm in the middle of another sprint on Riley Marie's channel, and then I really do want to watch Bridgerton. It's just been a very, very slow start to the day. But yeah, I'm going to go read another 50 pages, and then I'll give you guys an update. But so far, I'm liking it. I've always liked Stephanie Garber's writing style, and I really do like this world that she created, and I do like Evangeline as a character. So yeah, I'm going to keep reading, and I'll update you guys when I can. Bye, friends. Right here, I'm back. Today was not a reading day. I'll be very honest. I am making more progress in my books, though, and like I'm really enjoying them. But I gave my dad COVID, so he had to rest today for a majority of the day. And my mom had to work, so the puppy was my responsibility, and she takes a lot of work. So I did wind up reading to page like 77 in Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I'm going to do reading sprints with Peace Love Books. I did reading sprints with Riley Marie, but I literally only read about 75 pages. So I'm going to go do reading sprints with her, and hopefully I'll make a bit more progress. I am about to embark on part 2. There was a cameo from the characters in the Caraval series, which I'm really happy about. And I'm just curious to see where the story goes and just see what happens. So I'm going to go back to reading, go do sprints with Peace Love Books, and then I'm going to try to update you. My whole goal for tonight is to finish Bridgerton. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's my goal. So we'll see. So I'll talk to you guys when I'm done with reading sprints and let you guys know how far I have come. But I'm about to start part 2, and I'm really excited. So off I go. I did wind up going to town today. My mom is not feeling that well today either, so I might have to do some more puppy watching, but that's okay. She didn't get a lot of sleep last night, the puppy and my mom, so maybe they'll sleep all day and I can read a little bit more. But I'm going to say that I am liking my listening to Book of Night by Holly Black a little bit better than I physically reading it. I think it's just very, very slow, and like the listening speeds it up a little bit for me. So I am enjoying it. I also am really like Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm up to page 125. It is very, very rich, and I'm just really, really liking the world of it. I'm also liking that we got to see the characters previously from the Caraval series. But this is a very, very wintry setting, and I'm liking that. Like, we are it's so hot in the summer here, and I love the summer, but it is really, like, so hot that, like, I can't even sit outside, which makes me sad. But yeah, so there's a lot of players in this story that I don't know how to like put my finger on, like who's good and who's bad, but I am liking it. So my goal is to read another like 25 pages, and hopefully today I can like literally watch Bridgerton. That's my whole goal. So just finish Bridgerton today, watch something Bridgerton adjacent, and then watch my whole YouTube queue. So that's my plan for today. Hopefully finish this. But yeah, that's my plan. So yeah, I'm gonna go read a little bit more. I am liking Book of a Night a little bit more. I am on 125 pages of this. So I'm back to reading, and hopefully I get some reading done. So if I get up to page 150, I'll give you guys another update. Bye, friends. I'm back. I did wind up taking a little bit of a reading break. I went to town. I think I'm gonna go to town again and get some pizza. But I did wind up reading to page 200 in Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm really enjoying this book like quite a bit. I'm also it's been a bit since I tabbed a book, but I'm really liking the quotes. Stephanie Garber has such like a rich writing style, and I'm really loving this story because I feel like I don't really know where the story's going, but I'm still really intrigued to find out what's happening. I've always liked Jax as a character. So there's a Avenger boss battle that's about to drop that I have to read a book, or like ebook or audiobook. So I'm gonna switch, and I'm gonna still do my quotations with this, but I'm gonna read it virtually and see how long that takes me. And then once I'm over there, I'm probably gonna start a new reading vlog so I can move on, because it's supposed to be a 24-hour reading vlog. It just got very, very extended, but I did vlog for 24 hours overall. It just took long because I was having a struggle with those books I was reading, and I wanted to at least finish a book in this reading vlog. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, and then hopefully I have one and a half episodes left of Bridgerton, which was my whole goal, was to finish that today. That's a process. I'm getting it done. And then I don't think it will tell me because I haven't really started reading yet. But let me see. I'm like 47% in. And it doesn't tell me. So I'm gonna say maybe I have like 3 hours left, but I have like I'm at the 50% mark, so really back in a different location. I did wind up doing a couple of things. I wound up running to town. I listened to a couple more chapters of Book of Night by Holly Black. I'm liking the book a little bit more listening to it. But it's definitely not my favorite. But I am really liking Once Upon a Broken Heart. I'm on chapter 36. About 2 hours left. I really am liking it. I love how Stephanie Garber crafts a world. Like, I've said that before. She does really interesting, lush worlds that have, like, really interesting twists and turns. And, like, you never know where the story's sort of gonna go. And I'm really liking Evangeline as a character. I'm just liking the world a lot. I think this would be a great book to read, like, in the winter. So I'm definitely going to add that to my winter TBR for the second book, if it's set in a similar kingdom. But I'm really enjoying it, and we got to like a very, very imperative point. So like it's gonna be crazy from now on. I'm also about to watch the last episode of Bridgerton season 2, which will be bittersweet. It's probably my favorite episode in the whole season because of a lot of the scenes that happen, especially because it sets up the next couple story really, really well, and they're filming right now. So, but yeah, I am gonna go watch that, and then I think we're doing reading sprints for the reading challenge I'm doing, which is why I'm reading on my Kindle. So yeah, I'm gonna go read, maybe do some reading sprints, and when I'm done with season 2 of Bridgerton, I'll give you guys a check-in and give you guys a reading update as well. I'm back. I did wind up doing reading sprints last night with the crew from the Avengers Reading Challenge, and I did wind up finishing Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I really enjoyed this book. I probably give it like 4.75 stars. I'm probably going to round up for Goodreads, but really, really loved it. I'm so happy I actually finally read it because I really am excited for book 2 now. I think Evangeline was such like a unique character, and I really like seeing Jax more because Jax was a featured character in the other series. I actually really want to go back and reread the Caraval series at some point. But I've said it before, it is such a rich world. And I think that the mystery in the story was so twisty turny, and it was just a really, really well crafted read. This would be a great wintery read because it has like a wintry setting. I really, really enjoyed it. So I think I'm gonna wrap up this reading vlog because it really did not go the way that I planned. I had 2 DNFs. I'm still listening to Book of Night. I probably am still gonna make my way through that this week. But I'm gonna start a weekend reading vlog and kind of try to get my life together a little bit with the magic readathon. I'm still coughing, still battling COVID probably. So I'm gonna go start a new weekend reading vlog, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.